Chris Squire, brought to you by the United States Army Reserve. I'm Allison Steele, the Nightbird. That's the music of Chris Squire and his album Fish Out of Water. And I guess I can play on that title now and say Chris must feel a little like a fish out of water. He's just arrived from England, and he's sitting with me here in the studio. And when I say just, it is really just, isn't it, Chris? You just got here, what, yesterday afternoon?
Yeah, we just arrived from London, and, we're just getting used to the time change.
It's difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But when you come from England, you tend to wake up at 7 in the morning over here. You know, if you're used to getting up about midday.
What happens when you go the other way? Is it worse?
Yeah. When you go the other way, you lose a day completely. You get on a plane in New York here in the morning, and you get home in time for like 1 in the morning.
Oh, and that's right. Yes, the same thing coming from here, from California. When you go there, it's terrific because you pick up a day and you feel as if you've really gained something.
That's right.
Chris, your album was the second to come out of the Yes solo projects. Were you nervous about putting out the individual product? I mean, were you nervous about how it would be received?
I don't think I was nervous, no. As you know, Yes have been together for 5-6 years now. And we could have done projects like this before, but we've waited until now because it really just feels like the right time now for us all as individual musicians to feel confident to do that kind of project. Mm-hmm. And so, from my experience, with playing with the rest of the guys in Yes over the last 5 years, I managed to, pretty well see clearly what I was going to do, and I managed to carry the project through quite clearly. Yeah. But obviously there were certain different stresses and strains than working within the group structure. Yeah. Because there, you've got everybody around who's always putting in their ideas, and which helps to spark off yours. But working individually is a different thing. You have more power, of course, of choice of everything that goes down. But there again, sometimes you could do with help. But I got over it. I enjoyed it.
Did you feel it incumbent upon you to stay as far away from the Yes sound as you could? I mean, when you started to make this album, did you figure, well, I don't want it to sound like Yes, or did you just kind of approach it with an open mind?
No, I just approached it that I want this album to sound like how I hear it as it happens. I just purely used my own head and thought, well, this is how I'd like to do it. And I didn't think, well, it mustn't sound like Yes or it must. I just did it.
That's good. That's good. Because a lot of the fans of Yes would feel that, I think in some groups, like, for instance, the Moody's, when the Moody's come out with individual albums, everyone, it doesn't sound like the Moody's. I mean, they expected each one. They didn't expect it so much with Yes, though. I don't know why. I didn't get one comment like that. They were just thoroughly delighted with both Steve's album and your album.
I've heard, from different people, hey, your album really sounds quite like the band, and from somebody else, I'm glad your album doesn't sound like the band.
Yeah, right, yeah. Of course, it's all in the ear of the beholder, right? Yeah. Chris, we're going to pause here for a moment for a word from Army Reserve.
You learn what you're made of while you're earning your share. In the Army Reserve, you'll be proving that you care. While you're serving your country and your future besides, as a part-time soldier with full-time pride. Full-time pride. You earn when you serve in the Army Reserve, and part of what you earn is pride.
When you serve in the Army Reserve, you'll learn a skill and earn a good second income. But there's another part to what you'll earn. It's something you paid for with your sweat, your spirit, your mind, and your time. It's called pride.
You earn when you serve in the Army Reserve, and part of what you earn is pride.
This is the Nightbird, Allison Steele, for the United States Army Reserve, and our guest today is Chris Squire. Chris Squire from Fish Out of Water, the current album, and someplace there must be someone, I suspect, that doesn't really know that Chris is one-third of Yes. He must be
fifth,
tucked away in
really.
the corner. 1/5, I'm sorry. Well, how did I forget Steve Howe, Chris Squire, John Anderson, and
Alan White,
Alan White, that's right. And
Patrick,
and
Moraz,
Patrick, of course.
who's-
How did I
yeah.
forget them? How did I? Patrick would have my head. The thing that I would like to have you say, to put the fans' minds at ease, because I do get many questions about it.
It's the one I've been waiting for.
Oh, really?
Well,
is that all right, let's see if you can.
No, I mean, only from intrepidation over the fact that I'm going to have to repeat it a few times over the next couple of days.
And
but-
I dread asking it.
Well,
I dread asking it, but the point is that if I don't ask it, I know they're all going to say, well, why didn't she ask them, you know?
well, I can assure you, absolutely, that yes, aren't breaking up.
I knew that, Chris. But again, fans seem to get kind of paranoid about their idols. I mean, are you aware of that?
Yeah, I mean, I can understand, even sometimes when a group is touring away in other countries for
Yeah.
a while, people seem to think they're not doing anything. They
Yeah.
think, oh, they must have given up or something.
I know. I get it on a really small scale. I mean, I'm not anything of the magnitude of you as a performer, as a star, but I get people, Allison, don't ever leave that station. I mean, don't ever go. They just don't want to accept or anticipate change when they really are into something. Chris, we're going to pause here for a moment for a word from Army Reserve.
We were so young, we had no common name.
Even before we had a country, we had people who cared about it. After 200 years, the citizen soldier is still here, serving 1 weekend a month with the Army Reserve.
Citizens in readiness, soldiers at the call. Citizen soldiers are still here.
For more information, call the Army Reserve Center nearest you.
Chris, did the group sit down and make any plan as far as who was to be released first? And do you have any feelings about the order of release having any influence on the success of the albums?
Yeah, as far as planning the actual timing of it, we left it loose because it wasn't that we were, said, well, this is the 3 months we can all have to record. It was more a question of when the person felt they were ready to start, they started. And Steve started to record first and me second. It's just that I wasn't quite ready to start.
I see.
Didn't-
Okay.
And it's followed through like that. As far as the other questions concerned, I think it will obviously help every succeeding album to maybe do better, which I hope it will, personally. I hope that every album will be boosted by the others.
That by the one before, so that
Because I know they're all going to be good, especially, not obviously speaking egotistically for myself, but
Why
I know,
not? It's
having heard,
it's just honest.
the other guys, Patrick's and John's, the things they've been doing, everything is of a yes standard. And also, it's broader as well. There's a broader spectrum of music than one gets with Yes, and hopefully that broader spectrum will draw more people into the Yes as a unit. So it's all really a pretty family kind of affair.
Oh, it always has been. Actually, the only change you've had in personnel was
Well, Rick Wakeman left.
Rick Wakeman leaving,
Yeah.
and Patrick coming in. No, wait, you had
And
another.
earlier on we
You
had
had another keyboard man before Rick. You had
very early on, yeah.
Yes, it was in the first album.
Tony Kaye, yeah.
Tony Kaye played on the first one and on Time and a Word.
Mm.
Right.
The other major change we had, of course, was when Bill Bruford left to join
Yes,
King Crimson.
King Crimson.
And Alan joined us then.
Chris, we're going to take a moment here for a word from Army Reserve. Do you know where to look for extra money in your own hometown? Well, there are jobs right under your nose. Your local Army Reserve unit has a whole list of part-time jobs that are available right now, and you can pick one from that list. And if you qualify, the Army Reserve will train you to do the one you want. After 7 weeks of basic and a few months of skill training, you'll be back home again, working for the Army Reserve in your new part-time job. That'll start putting good, steady money into your pocket. And after a while, you'll see that you're earning more than just money. Part of what you'll be earning is pride. Chris, our time, unfortunately, is up. I could talk to you for hours and hours about Yes. And I want to thank you so much.
Okay.
And can we look forward to seeing you in solo performance, or you?
I don't think so. No, I think that basically the band will stay together to perform, because I think we'll probably feel happier that way.
Might you do one of your numbers within the context of a Yes concert?
We'll be doing some of that using each other's
Terrific.
songs.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Chris Squire. And I'm Allison Steele, the Nightbird, reminding you that in the Army Reserve, part of what you earn is pride.